When Willie was a young man, he thought he'd never see people stand in line to see the boy king. That's King Tut. And they say he was born in Arizona, but moved to Babylonia, and now he's back at the Lighthouse Art Space in the Immersive King Tut. Let's head out there right now and talk with the general manager, Jason. Jason, did you hear all that? Did you hear about King Tut?
I did. I heard all of that and the segment just before that. So, yeah, we are here at Lighthouse Art Space this morning. Thanks for having me, Brad.
I love this. Jason, this is awesome. You guys have been so successful with these immersive, from Van Gogh to, who else was there? Who was the other one you guys did? Van Gogh and...
We had Gustav Klimt and Monet and the Impressionists.
That's
was
Monet
our most recent.
There you go. Those were recent ones. So let's talk, of course, about the Immersive King Tut. This is going to be awesome for those who don't know who King Tut is, and for those that do know. This is so cool. So let's take us through a little bit.
Awesome. So we're here at Lighthouse Art Space, and we opened the King Tut exhibit on Friday last week, and as you can see, we've got some interactive features. This is a big hit with the kids as they come through. You can dance with your favorite pharaoh if you so choose. It's been a pretty good run so far. We're 3 days in, and we've had several sold-out days already.
Yeah, let's help people who might not know who King Tut is. I mean, everyone knows King Tut, but they got to realize, like, this was one of the first major Egyptian, how can we say, kings to go on display across the world. And now you get a chance to actually get into what they want to show you in a different way.
That's right. You know, we're coming up on the 100th anniversary of the discovery of Tut's tomb, and it's not that Tut was the, most impactful pharaoh of all of them. In fact, he probably wasn't even in the top 10 when it comes to, what they accomplished. But he is so famous because he was the only pharaoh we ever found where the tomb was untouched. The doors were still sealed when they discovered the tomb on November 4th in 1922. So, when they get inside and they find all of these riches, all of these, statues and the sarcophagi and all of that came with it, we'd never seen anything like that before. So it became an enormous change for archaeology, and was, I think, probably the biggest archaeology find of the 20th century.
Yeah. Well, I love going down this hallway. It's always amazing of the different artwork when you're going down this hallway to enter into the exhibit, which is definitely a way to get you prepared to go in here. So how are people being immersed into this, of course, exhibit?
So what's different about this one is, you're not going to see a lot of artifacts here in the building or anything like that. This is a story that's told of the journey through the afterlife, when King Tut died and when he met with Ra, the sun god, and followed the religion of Egypt of the time, where they would have to go through and battle the forces of chaos in order to ascend into immortality throughout the afterlife. So what you're going to see in this is that journey. And I'm sure, as you can already see, we've walked into Gallery 1 here, and it's basically an entrance into an Egyptian tomb or space. And then we can walk in here to Gallery 2, and this is where you would see the story along with the narration, the narrator telling the story of King Tut's journey.
I know, and it's amazing, Jason, we're seeing this on TV, but I know in person it's even more spectacular to be sitting in that room while this is all going on. Because how many projectors do you have in there doing all this?
I have 92 projectors that are mounted into the ceiling, projecting around 200 million pixels onto the walls, onto the floor, to where you can see the show 360 degrees. So, now we have the audio turned down because we are on TV this morning and we wanted you to be able to hear me, but there's a very interesting narration and music that goes along with the show.
Yeah, Jason, what I love is that you guys are getting people back to enjoying art in a different way. And I think it's something that definitely makes people want to come see this and then go and see and read about all the different exhibits that you have there, because again, you're getting immersed in it. And I think that's one thing you guys really wanted to do with this Lighthouse Art Space, right?
Yes, that is. You know, we wanted to bring a different approach to experiencing art. You know, we are that mix between, you know, a traditional art museum and, say, maybe even a movie theater. You know, we are watching video. It is animated and tells you a bit of a story. Even, you know, with Van Gogh in the past, you know, it didn't have a narrator telling a story, but it did tell a story. Yeah. Same with Klimt and Monet. This one is definitely a story told by raw, as you know, him describing his journey with King Tut through the afterlife.
Yeah. Jason, it's beautiful. I think it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Let people know how they can get tickets and how long it's going to be there at the Lighthouse.
So we are running Immersive King Tut through November 13th. Tickets are available at kingtutexhibit.com. You can also find them at lighthouseartspace.com. And at that website, you can also find our other shows, plus our upcoming show, which would be Immersive Nutcracker, which will be a big hit for the kids this holiday season.
Wow. Jason, I love what you guys are doing. Thank you very much for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Brad. Have a good day.
All right, there you go.